Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the Eisenhower Matrix, both how it's used and how to set one up in Logsseqs Whiteboard. The Eisenhower Matrix is perfect for when you feel like you have too many tasks bouncing around, when it feels like you don't even know where to start. It's hard to know what to prioritize, to know what can wait and what has to be done right now. You might even find that when you set up your tasks in the Eisenhower Matrix, you have some tasks that you felt were important, but they really weren't. It's just a really easy way to sort through what you have on your plate and decide what to do about it. The Eisenhower Matrix can be done on paper or basically any note-taking app that lets you separate a square into quadrants. I was going to show you by just doing like this. Choose the rectangle, draw a rectangle, and use these connectors. Like so, because this is basically a very shitty Eisenhower matrix. But since you can actually insert a picture instead here in the pretty little whiteboard, let me just remove these. I made a small graphic instead that's a bit prettier. So let me just drag in this here and zoom out once. So here you go, this is what an Eisenhower matrix looks like. Okay, so this one right here is for tasks that are urgent and important. This might be a deadline for a paper or a meeting you need to prepare for. So let's just, for the sake of it, right here and in paper. And this is, I don't know why they decided that that was the color to go for. Let's see if I can change that to something more. There. Now we can actually see. The tasks placed here is the task you need to focus on first. Make sure you put aside enough time to do these tasks properly because they affect your future and they need to be done soon. So hand in papers, prepare for meetings. Let's just put it down here as well. So it looks a bit nicer. Let's move on to this one. This is a space for things that are important, but they are not urgent. This might be something that you feel are important for your development over a long time, but they don't have a deadline. You don't have to get them done by a specific date. It might be signing up for a language class or a cooking class or applying for some sort of education within your workspace, but they don't have a deadline. Let's put down sign up for cooking class. And there you go. This is gonna annoy me, so sorry, I need to see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna... There we go. The tasks over here can be sort of easy to forget about, but make sure to keep an eye on it because during one time or another you felt they were important, so you shouldn't let these just disappear because they're not urgent. They're still important. Now let's slide down over here. So these tasks are not important. They do not sort of matter in the great scheme of things, but they are urgent. This could be things like answering emails, going to meetings about what you're going to talk about next time, stuff like that. It's things that you need to do, but they're not really that important. Productivity blogs wants you to delegate this. And sure, I mean, if you have someone in your life that wants to answer your emails, go ahead and make them, or ask them at least. But for most of us, that's not really an option we have. But instead of delegating, I would say just keep your eye on this here little quadrant, because you don't want to fill this up with not important, urgent tasks. I believe that implies some sort of imbalance in your life. Let's just, for the sake of the graphic, just type down answer emails. So now we have this little last quadrant. These tasks are neither urgent or important. They don't help you reach your goals. Someone else is not making you do these tasks. They're just non-urgent, non-important tasks. I've noticed a trend that people label this quadrant as delete or eliminate, but I would say just don't prioritize. I think the same blogs also put stuff down like watch TV or scroll social media, but for me that they're not tasks. They are things that I either do or I don't. Why would you write down a bunch of tasks that you don't even want to do? That doesn't make sense to me. But for me, I would place down tasks like fix that template in Obsidian that I need to fix because it annoys me, or organize my desktop as I want it. They don't add to your goals, but they're small tasks that might annoy you from time to time and you want to fix a problem. But it's not an urgent problem and it's not an important problem. So let's place fix annoying template issue. So here we go. I mean, if you're going through a busy time, of course, this is gonna be full of different kind of tasks. Even if you don't feel like using this as a to-do list, I do not personally. This is not my everyday to-do list sort of setup. I use Eisenhower matrices when I feel like I suddenly have a lot of things to do, especially when there's a lot of new things that I have to get done. And I find it hard to prioritize these on the go. So I set up an Eisenhower matrix and I go through my task one by one and I ask myself, is this urgent? Is this important? Yes. And then it goes here. Is it important but not urgent? Yeah. Then just place it here. I think this matrix is perfect for moments like these. And you all are starting to get to know me a bit. You know I love a bird's eye view. And this is for sure a bird's eye view for those really stressful times in your life when you have a lot of things coming your way, a lot of different people asking you to do stuff, a lot of things you want to get done on your own. Just chuck them all here, sort them up. I believe for sure that you can use this as your everyday to-do list, but I don't think that it's very practical myself. I hope you enjoy this walkthrough on how to easily set up an Eisenhower matrix using Logseq. Have you ever used an Eisenhower matrix? In that case, what did you think about it? Please let me know down in the comments.